What's up, Sky Squad? We are back in the building. Yes. Y'all know what? We got a live one for y'all today. We got a live show for y'all today. But before we get into it, y'all know what y'all got to do. Y'all know y'all got to drop that location down in that good chatterization for me so I know where you watching from. I want to know who we got in the building. I want to know where you watching from. And I even want to know what you doing. You know what? I'm nosy and I'm interested. So go ahead and drop all that stuff down in the chatterization. Listen. Okay, you know I'm trying to keep these lives coming. This good Verizon Fios got me popping over here, so I'm loving it. And y'all know I actually just love the interaction with y'all on a day-to-day basis. So to be quite honest with you, I'm here for it. I am so here for it. And I like I said, it just gives me a chance to get that good feedback from y'all because I'll be wanting to know what y'all think about these things too. That's why I feel like I really started on YouTube anyway, to have somebody to talk to about all of this stuff that's going on in the world of reality TV. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get into the good stuff. I just want to recognize some of my people. I see DMV in the house, sunny California. We got the Bahamas up in here. Hartford, is it North Carolina? I see you. We got Hillside up in here, the DMV, Atlanta, UK, Memphis. We got all of our people up in the building. Let me tell y'all something. I'm so glad to be here with y'all today. Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but y'all chose to be here. So let's go ahead and stage dive into the news that we got to talk about today. Okay, we are talking about Basketball Wives. We got some tea on the rest of the season, as well as some information from OG. It looks like it's about to be OG versus the rest of the cast, and she is calling them all a bunch of liars. Okay, I want you guys to let me know what you guys think about that. Then we got to talk about Married to Medicine. Your girl Quad is back. Okay, and it looks like Dr. Heavily might be stirring the pot, so much so that Quad is giving us some real interesting tea about that good Toya Bush Harris. Okay, I don't know if you guys happen to see that preview for next week's episode. Okay, but it looks lit. All right, it looks lit. All right. Then we got to talk about Marlo and Porsha. Bad news for Marlo and Porsha, y'all. Bad news for Marlo and Porsha. It is getting worse by the day. And we ain't even really seen them have their big blow up on camera yet. You know what I'm saying? That's coming up in a couple of episodes when they go to that good New Orleans. So we ain't even got to that yet. And the drama is already popping off. Okay, so we got to talk about that too. So let's get into Basketball Wives first. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to be talking about with Basketball Wives is the rest of the season. Okay, because your girl Evelyn Lozada is letting us know that we only have 2 more episodes left and no reunion. Okay, so when a fan asks if how many more episodes of Basketball Wives we have left before the reunion, I could have swore last week they said we only had a few left. Did I hear wrong? Dorothy, I was on the same page as you, okay, because I had heard the same thing. So when Evelyn tweeted 2 more episodes, and I think that's including tonight, okay? So that means just 1 more episode after this one. I feel bamboozled, y'all. I feel real bamboozled. And they're not even having a reunion at this point in time. So it's kind of like, what was really the point of this whole season? I mean, if y'all wasn't really going to give us A, that much content, and then B, get us all riled up for no resolve. Okay? Because at least if we was having a reunion, we would have had, hopefully, a little bit of resolve, right? But now we don't even get that. Right. Mr. LC Wilson says, why did I even watch? That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like y'all got us hype on, you know, people are on one side or the other. People are feeling OG. Some people are not feeling OG. You know, it's a whole lot of issues and isms going on within this show. And I could have swore, I mean, I just felt in my spirit. I was like, ooh, spirit, we're going to get some type of resolve here. We're going to have a nice little Ponderosa style reunion where all the ladies are going to sit down and, you know, hash out the issues. I really got my hopes up for this, and only to be let down like this, I just kind of feel like, is it even worth it? Now, we still going to review these last 2 episodes, but I don't even know if I want to hear any more from these Basketball Wives beyond this particular season right here, because this was a letdown. Not to mention, it was only just, what, half a season, if that? I'm not here with that. VH1, y'all got to do better than this, and we deserve a reunion, okay? We deserve a reunion, especially after the turmoil that y'all done put us through, because y'all know y'all done put us through some turmoil, okay? So speaking of basketball wives, okay. So OG, who typically tweets out before the episode airs, and I feel like she's usually trying to get her side out either before or after it airs, because I feel like she still feels like she's being marginalized for some reason. So she happened to tweet, well, it was really on Instagram, and she probably put it on Twitter too, because, you know, she's a pretty avid Twitter person as well. She said this. Where is it? Give me 1 second, guys. Here it is. All right, Team OG, I love y'all. Hang in there. And then there's this video clip of a receipt. Let me know if you guys happen to see this. Okay. So here we are with this from OG. Okay. I want to point that out to you, and we're going to read what the caption says. She says, patience. To the ones that never wavered, to the ones who did not flip, to the ones who did not jump ship, the ones who see through the bullish, sincerely, I love every single one of you. It will get worse before it gets better. Okay. She says, it will get worse before it gets better. I mean, we only got 2 more episodes anyway. So apparently this episode is going to get worse, and then maybe the next episode is going to get better. That's the way I'm taking it. She says, I sincerely love every single one of you. It will get worse before it gets better. Good things to come to those who wait. So I wonder what this is all about in this situation right here. Like, you know, I had assumed, based on what I saw, I mean, you know, from the trailer, it looked like a thing was going to get worse anyway. Okay. It did look like things was going to get worse for OG, because it looks like it's about to be her against the rest of the cast. Okay. And what do I mean by that? Okay. So here's where we have some more information about what's going on with OG. I'm about to pull up something else from one of our favorite sites. Make sure you guys are following the BBWT on Instagram. Okay. They picked up this comment. This is my boo over here, BBWT Inc. So a commenter said, OG, the narrative this season is ridiculous. Okay. She says, funny how even Jen and Jackie are both making it seem like you are difficult. I wonder how much they got paid for this narrative, and why does everyone want to have a useless conversation with you? So the narrative seems to be to the public that they tried and you didn't. FOH. Y'all know what that means. I ain't gonna repeat it. So OG then says they are all liars and the truth will surely set them free. Okay. So she's basically calling the entire cast liars. Okay. Let me know in the chatterization, what do you guys think? Do you agree with OG or do you not agree with OG? Let me know in the comments section down below. Is she the issue or are they the issue? Comment down below. Okay. The next thing that we have, and I want to point out, this is from our friends over at the Basketball Wives Tea. All right, follow them. This is another one of my boos over here. Make sure you guys click that follow button so you can get all the Basketball Wives tea as well from them. Now, this is from, I'm thinking it's Naria. Is it Naria? I got to pull it back up on the screen. Yeah, it's from Naria Dorsey. Now, she says, if you really know my sis and I don't fake, ish, or lie, you can tell when people getting their lies together, they run straight to the internet to persuade instead of letting it play out. Just sad. We will have receipts for the calculated fake storyline, folks. So get ready, folks. And that's on my daddy. Now, just to add to the severity of this, you know, she said that's on her daddy. So I'm assuming that because we know that her father did pass, that she's, you know, wanting to sort of insinuate that she's being very serious here. So it's going to be interesting to see, because I see a lot of you guys in the comment section saying OG's the problem. Aren't they running to the internet? Shireen says that's smart. Control your own narrative. Okay. So I see that you guys are kind of split down the middle with regards to whose side you guys are on. And honestly, I feel like this is probably the whole point for VH1. They have done a very good job of riling us all up, whether you are on one side or the other. Okay. Or whether you like everybody, because there are some people who like all the cast, but feel like there is certain issues that still need to be resolved. Okay, so Basketball Wives is on tonight. This is one of the 2 last episodes of the season and could be the series, to be quite honest with you. But it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. And it's quite shameful, again, like I said, that they're not going to be at least giving us a reunion so that we actually get the closure that we all deserve for the trauma that they have put us through over these past 2 seasons. Okay, so that's how I feel about that. All right. Now, I want to move on because we got to talk about that good Married to Medicine, okay? And then we're going to get to Porsha and Marlo. So in order to talk about this, we must first reference something that is popping up on BravoTV.com. Now, you guys know one of my favorite things to do always is to break down the scenes from the upcoming episode, especially when they be about something good. If it ain't really about nothing good, if it ain't popping, then I ain't really trying to talk about it, just to let y'all know how I roll with that, okay? But this scene, I felt like we had to talk about it because, one, we're being reintroduced to our girl Quad, thank God, because I told y'all, I felt in my spirit that we needed that good Quad energy back on this show. Now, I think when we were talking about it before, when we were talking about it as the season was, filming and ramping up, how we were speculating about whether or not Quad would be back on the show. She had gotten into it with Dr. Heavenly big time. That Toya Bush Harris had basically spoken about her on a live when she was live with Cecil and Dr. Simone, and she was talking a whole lot of ish about both Heavenly and Quad. Okay, you guys remember that, and if you don't, I believe we're going to reference it right now in this video right here. But yeah, she was doing a whole lot of talking. Well, that talking and finally caught up to her. Okay, so yeah, it was fun to speculate. Is Quad coming back, or is she not coming back? How much content is she going to provide? That's basically what the discussion was with Toya and Dr. Simone and Cecil, was whether or not Quad would be open in terms of how open she would be about her life on camera, because that had been a common complaint amongst the cast members, that she was not that open, especially given that now she's no longer, married to medicine. So to a certain degree, how much of her life is she going to show? Okay. And Toya Bush Harris was like, all they're going to do is sit up in that apartment and talk ish. Okay. Well, in this scene right here, Quad did not know about that live. Okay. She didn't know about that live. So when she goes to visit Dr. Heavenly asks her, I think they get into a discussion about Toya and about how Toya is being mean to Dr. Heavenly. And so then Dr. Heavenly, hands the phone over to Quad and shows her the live with Toya Bush Harris talking about her and her apartment. Okay. Because, she's not in that house with, old boy anymore. So, they're talking about Quad sitting up in that apartment, talking all this BS or whatever. And so Quad, seeming to have never seen this before, she goes off. And this is where she spills some tea. Okay, so as you guys can see, the preview is called is Heavenly Calm Stirring the Pot between Quad Webb and Toya Bush Harris. So at this point in time, Quad is like, I know she's not talking about me, okay? Because she actually had to take out a personal loan for $100,000 to put that pool in the back of her home, okay? I don't know if y'all caught that. Now, it's interesting later that the house ended up being put on the market for a quick second, and I don't know what happened with that, but it's real interesting. So Dr. Heavenly is like, well, girl, how do you know she took out a personal loan to get this pole in the back of the house. Like, so it's the loan for the house, and then it's apparently a personal loan on top of that. So Dr. Heavenly, like, how you find out this? And Quad is like, I got people all over the place. I got people in high and low places. So you just never know what I know. And then she basically says this. She was like, Toya had to beg, borrow, and steal in order to get her house. Okay. I was like, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Okay. I'm like, now, to be quite honest with you guys, I don't know anything about the house buying process. I'm just getting into that process right now. So I don't really know what the major insult on that is. But from what it sounds like to me, in using my context clues, it sounds like a personal loan for $100,000 to get some add-ons or something like that to the house. Probably ain't the best way to have to go about it or whatever. Maybe that means that they wasn't qualified with it for the rest for the loan for the house. I don't really know. Okay. But all I know is Isis Blue says, but she got a house though. I mean, that's the bottom line. Okay. That's really the bottom line, Isis Blue. She do got a house, regardless of however she got it. She got the home. But, Quad is basically saying that, whether or not they actually got the money or not, okay, she's saying that Toya is not concerned about whether they got the money or not, because Toya is trying to basically keep up with the Joneses. Toya thinks that, according to Quad, that, having this and having that is what is going to, I guess, maybe get her respect in the circle, okay? Whew. A whole lot, y'all. It's a whole lot going on today. And we still got one more major story, y'all. We still got one more major story on the books. Y'all ready for it? Y'all ready for it? Y'all ready to talk about, we got to talk about Marlo and Porsha. Now, I told y'all this story is, you know what? I can show you better than I could tell you. Okay, let's get on into it. Let's head on over and take a look at the Marlo Hampton Instagram page. Okay, so Marlo Hampton had then posted this series of photos. Okay, now I want you to look here. Who is this in this photo? This is from Cynthia Bailey's wedding. Who is it? It's Marlo and Porsha. Okay, now she just posted this the other day. Okay, so when we take a look through, all right, let's go through it. Let's go through it real quick. Let's go through it. It's got a lot of likes and hearts and comments. And let me go ahead and add mine to it, because I like to support the people, and I like Marlo. I mean, ultimately, I do. I do feel like she's moving a little funny, but I like Marlo. How can you not like Marlo? Marlo has sustained all of these years on this show. I mean, and she's basically getting paid and doing half the work. Okay, how can you not like Marlo? Anyway, I guess Porsha don't like Marlo though. Anyway, so again, we get Marlo with the photos here, and the caption says DWLLWGAF. So I'm assuming that means, do we look like we give AF? Okay, that's what that caption means. I'm assuming. Okay, that's the only thing it looked like it could mean, right? Okay, well, we see this caption right here, right? Let's go on, because the plot thickens. Follow me along here. I'm putting this thing together like a puzzle, okay? I want you guys to follow me on this journey. Now, some of y'all already know, because you follow all these people I tell you to follow all the time, but let's keep it moving. All right. So then Porsha, she posts her own photos, okay? And she posted up looking real good. You know what I'm saying? These are from Mike and Cynthia's wedding. She got some likes. Now, I want y'all to see right here, LaToya Forever has written down in the comment section, and she has written perfection with the fire emoji. Now, let me pop myself back up on the screen. We're going to talk about that tomorrow, okay? Because we got something to break down with that, and it just seemed real odd to me. So if you guys are watching the channel today, what I would love for you to do is put a bookmark on LaToya writing perfection down on this good comment down below. I want you to write it, mark it down in your little notebook, bookmark that comment, okay? Because we're going to come back to it. Okay, so anyway, Porsha has written here in the comment, okay, in the caption, she says IDGAFWABGTSAM. So I'm assuming that means I don't give an F what a B got to say about me. Okay. So we got that. Now I had to like that post already. Okay. So we're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it going right here. So what I want to show you is, now I don't know if it was that photo that Porsha posted with that sort of little clap back, but what I do know is that according to our friends over at the Peach Report Daily and a couple of other blog sites, okay, y'all know I love my people over at the Peach Report Daily because they always got the hot, fresh tea, okay? So make sure you guys are following them if you are not already doing so. We see here, okay, Frenchelle, I'm so mad at you, girl. You know what? You know it's Alphabet City up in here. Y'all are killing me. Okay, so now we see that Marlo and Porsha, they ain't following each other no more. Okay, they ain't following each other. So we got that bit of tea. Now I was trying to pull it up myself, but I feel like it's hard to pull up whether or not somebody's unfollowing. It's hard to do. It's hard. For me, it was hard to do it on the computer. I can do it on my phone, but I don't know how to do it on the computer because I couldn't figure it out. When I pull up who each person was following, it just gave me the list of people they was following and not an option to search for people that they were following. So I got to figure out how to do that on the computer. I'm gonna need a tutorial from one of y'all. Okay. So we got that popping off right there. So let's move on though, because y'all thought it was done. Oh no, it ain't done yet, because Marlo got something to say. So we're going to go back on over to Marlo's page. Oh, yes, we are. And I want you guys to see this right here. Marlo getting sassy with the people. Okay. All right. This the one. Let me make sure y'all see it. Y'all see it? She says, girl, she forever blocking and unfollowing somebody. Laughing emojis. Now, y'all know who she talking about right here. Y'all know who she talking about right here. Marlo with the clap back in the IG stories. And quiet as it's kept. Okay, quiet as it's kept. Listen, she ain't wrong. She ain't wrong. You know, I love Porsha. So Demia says, when I checked yesterday, Marlo was still following Porsha, but Porsha wasn't following Marlo. So that's probably the case. That's probably the case. That might be the case right there. I can see that. I can see that being the case. But at the end of the day, Sam said, Porsha blocked me and I ain't even nobody. My brother, we are all somebody, okay? We value you over here. Okay? FKA says, cancers don't play with insincere people. I know that's right. Let me tell y'all something. Cancer right here. But y'all know what I don't do? I don't do the unfollowing situation. If I was to do anything, well, I mean, I don't know. I guess if we friends or something like that and we fall out, I'll probably mute you before I unfollowed you. I've only ever like unfollowed one former friend, right? And I'm lying. I've unfollowed more than that. But I don't do the unfollow. I don't do the follow and unfollow. So like with Porsha, what I feel like she has a tendency to do, I feel like she has a tendency to do the unfollow, then follow you again, then unfollow you, then unfollow you again. I'm like this. The moment I feel like I need to unfollow you, I ain't ever following you ever again. I'm done. I'm done. Because that's me just blocking you from my hemisphere, right? And I'm not playing that game, you know. And honestly, once I am done with the person, I'm really done. I don't do all of that other stuff like that. And honestly, it's social media. It just sometimes seems a little immature. And I guess people have to unfollow people for their peace of mind. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. But I also feel like, you know, it's kind of like when it gets to be like all the time, it just seems like it almost kind of seemed like Porsha be the one unfollowing people, you know, when she don't, you know, when she get mad at them. Now, granted, do I think she has a reason to be upset? I absolutely do. But, you know, I just kind of feel like, you know, because at the end of the day, from what we see here, I don't know. I guess we got to see how the rest of the season plays out. But to me, to be quite honest with you, if she followed her, if all of this stuff happened in real time during the season, it don't seem like Marlo done anything else too crazy in real time to have been worth the unfollow. It seemed like she would have unfollowed her months ago when they had their major issues with each other on camera. I don't know. All I know is that now we got another problem on our hands, okay? So the situation getting worse. I don't even know what to say, y'all. I don't know what to say. It's exhausting to try to find out who following who and who unfollowing and who doing what and and then playing the alphabet game too. It was just, it was a lot, y'all. It was a lot, okay? I would like to take maybe 2 or 3 calls, y'all. Can I take 2 or 3 calls? I'm gonna take 2 or 3 calls. You know how we do it on this channel. Let's make sure. And this is not me coming down on Porsha, because y'all know I like Porsha. I want to take 2 or 3 calls. Make sure we keep it to 3 minutes, okay? And make sure we don't do any curse words. And we can either talk about the OG situation, okay? We can talk about TOYA and Quad, or Marlo and Porsha, okay? All right, call me blessed. How you doing? I got my free. Hey, y'all.
Good to see you again.
How you doing?
Oh, let me mute my TV because you could probably hear yourself in the background. Uh, but how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How you doing?
Good. I'm exhausted. Me and my mama been moving for the past 24 hours. I'm
I know
surprised
that
I'm even
feeling.
awake, but I was glad to see one live. I was like, okay, give me a little relief, you know, something, a little joy in my life because I'm exhausted. But I just wanted to tap in and just discuss all 3 things really, because I'm glad to see my girl Quad back on Married to Medicine. To me, she is married to medicine. I hate that she got a divorce. I love her so much. Like, she just Quad, you know, that pizzazz, it just brings something different. I live for it, so I'm glad to see her making an appearance. Hopefully, maybe she'll get married to medicine again and come back. Who knows? And somebody put in the comments that, and I completely agree, that new lady that's with TOYA, I don't even know her name, but she's
Anila.
what?
Anila.
Anila. I like her lifestyle, but she's very up TOYA's behind. I completely agree with whoever said that. But I really hope Porsha and Marlo can figure this thing out. I like them. I think Marlo is the perfect blend between a little bit of auntie and a lot of niece. So I live for their relationship. She's very much like Nene in a good amount of not Nene and a lot of Marlo. So I love her being there. And I just hope that they kind of find their way. Porsha, she goes to those rough patches. She gets stuck in her way. She make her decision. And she just like, look, I'm done. But she always come back. She got a heart of gold. I think they'll find their way back to each other. But I do help with Basketball Wives. I don't really get with the receipts things. It doesn't matter. Y'all aren't having a reunion, so why are receipts even relevant? Like, I don't even understand why y'all are arguing at this point. And hopefully, after this season, Shaunie will just put this to rest, or maybe come back with like an OG cast type of. And I'm not talking about OG, like original cast, like Royce
Mm-hmm.
and Tammy, and maybe bring some people like that. If she's not gonna do that, I think even Malaysia, the Govan sisters, anybody, but Phoebe's boring. She shouldn't be there. The new girls, I like them, but they're really there just because OG doesn't have friends, So I'm just,
Oh, your volume. Okay, your volume went out for a second.
what is happening? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. We just can't see you.
Oh, well, yeah. So yes, I hope that they do end up creating maybe a new cast for Basketball Wives. Maybe bring it back and.
Uh-oh. I think we lost her.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Thanks, DJ Richie, because I think my mom is calling me, and that's why I kept going off.
Oh,
But
no
I
worries,
love
man.
you.
Get back to moving. Thank you for calling in.
All right.
All
Thank
right,
you.
bye.
Bye.
Hey, Miss Bernice, what's going
Hey,
on?
hey, Richie, how you doing?
Good.
The Marlo and Porsha situation. Marlo is the type of person, the type of auntie, because I'm a great aunt. She's the type of auntie you don't tell your problems to because she's gonna tell everybody else.
Mm.
You're gonna confide in her, but she's gonna go back and chit chat with the other girls, like, so and so just told me such and such and such and such and such and such. That's Marlo.
Mm.
She want
Yeah.
to be the head, but she want to be the head auntie, but she can't. You can't confide in her. She's too messy. She's not gonna shut up.
Why do you think she's so messy, though?
Because she don't want to be vulnerable for people to see her softer side.
Oh. I think you might have hit the nail on the head with that.
Because what have we ever seen Marlo vulnerable? We haven't. We never have. They didn't show her with her nephew, so we couldn't see that. When she had come in, she always talk about her labels, her Louis Vuittons, and all that great stuff. Okay, we know you a label hoe. Okay, we figured that out. Okay, what else is there? You one dimensional. You need to be three dimensional for me to understand what you're coming from, boo. You got money, but you don't talk about how you got money. Okay. You talk about men, but you're not saying you a hoe, but you sleep with men to get money. You a hoe. So
I have always wanted to know more about Marlo, though. Like, I mean, she's kind of like this mysterious character who's just there on the periphery, sometimes causing drama, sometimes
yeah,
not. And I'm
right.
just like, I need to know, like, and it's not, well, I'm nosy. That's one thing. Yes, it is. Because, I mean, if you flaunt a fabulous lifestyle, I
Right.
want to know how you got it. Not necessarily because
Exactly.
I want to judge you, but I just want to know what the people need to do to get that type of lifestyle.
Exactly. If you're doing it honestly, boo, let me know so I can do it too. Did you hit the lottery? What was your scheme on hitting the lottery? Let me know. Let me know. And with OG, okay. OG should have been, if you go into the lion den, you want to have some support. Where's your support? Where's your girlfriends at? Why you ain't bring them along for your support? You know you're going around people who don't care for you because in your mind they'd have wronged you. But in their mind, they just don't like your personality. But you're not seeing that. But you don't have no support around you for people who can verify who you really are. Where they at?
Yeah, I mean, I guess to that end, it would have been nice to have probably Cece there to show a different side to her.
Yeah.
Because I feel like she trusts CC.
Yeah. I mean, even a girl from the football team. Come on, somebody.
Yeah.
To help these women better understand you. Somebody. That's all I'm saying. Hey, Monique.
Hi, Bernice. How are you?
All right. That's all I'm saying. And since they're not gonna have no reunion, okay. That's a letdown because I wanted to see them all together to try to resolve this issue and get over it.
Ain't
or it's
happening.
just going. I know, like okay. Woosah. And is Phoebe still trying to be a rapper?
I think so.
Damn. Why?
I think she is. When last I checked her Instagram, I thought I saw her with another video.
I'm not knocking another female who, if that's your dream, that's your dream. But it's a time level for when you want to be a rapper. I'm sorry. At this stage, Phoebe should be producing and helping bringing up more rappers. At your age, I'm sorry. If you've been in the game that long and you ain't hit it off with yourself, okay, maybe you need to work in the background and try to help somebody else. Everybody can't be in front of the camera. It's a whole lot of important people behind the camera. That's all I'm saying. I'm not knocking her. If that's what you want to be, go ahead, baby. More power to you. But come on.
I think she should have like some type of Instagram boutique or start some swimwear. I think she should just take the Drea route. And I mean, I'm not telling, like you said, I ain't gonna say give up on your dreams, but what I will say is utilize, how you look, your following, you know what I'm saying? And then also too, make some smart business moves because it don't look like this. And I tell everybody this, take what you're doing right now and monetize in 2 or 3 different directions.
Exactly.
That's what I would say for her to do.
Bam.
Right.
I agree.
That's it right there.
Right. Get into artist development. Come on now. Mm-hmm. Take what you learned and put it into somebody else. That's all I'm saying. Because, I mean, rap is for the youngsters. I'm sorry. It's for the youngsters.
Mm-hmm. Give me 1 second, y'all. Thank you, Lindsay Bree, who says Shaunie knew if there was a reunion, all the tea would be spilled, and we would see how foul she and the rest of the cast are, even though we know what she's capable of. Thank you so much for that super chat, Lindsay. Miss Bernice, thank you so much for tuning in and chiming in with your opinion. I appreciate you, and I love you.
I love you too. Bye-bye, Maria.
Love you, Bernice.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Not paid by Monique. What's going on?
A lot. First, I hope you guys still accept me in the building. I don't watch Basketball Wives.
We'll still accept you. We'll take you.
But everything I hear is from here. And just from a real outsider perspective, if is everybody against her, I will go to my internet and my followers and people who love me. I think that all is fair game. They're in a reality TV, so they can't shame her for something they themselves do. So they're there too.
That's true. That's a good perspective.
Right? Yeah. Married to Medicine is the best medicine in all like reality TV world. I'm there for it. Heavenly needs to change her name. Nothing heavenly about her. Nothing. I'm sorry. I cannot with that woman. Her husband is so nice, so sweet. Really opposites attract. And they are the proof of that. Just saying. And about Porsha and Kenya. I'm Team Twirl. Always have been. I have a soft spot for her because of her life story and because she's always have been the target. They have been talking ish about her all throughout the years. So yes, it's fair game if something happens, but I still love Porsha. Don't get me wrong. And my question for you is, Richie, is there real growth in Porsha when she follows and unfollows? Because her turning point with Marlo was at the moment that she knew that her and Kenya made up. And in her confessional, she tried to imply that was a plot from Kenya. But no, Cynthia brought Marlo to Kenya. It wasn't Kenya who went after her so that it looks like it's a plot. I need an ally. No, the reconciliation is way overdue. So at the moment that happened, Porsha started giving the side eye to, which by the way, her makeup that night in that dinner outside was on point. Porsha looked her best, and that night that she wasn't having it. She didn't even want to pray. She should have, because her makeup was great. But she's not showing growth. Like, why, if someone is friends with Kenya, you already she already discarded Marlo then. Who is in reality the true MVP of all times and all franchises? When Marlo is on screen, she gives us a lesson, a PhD in fashion, and that episode is lit. She never was on screen when we didn't have the content. So, and she's being smart. She doesn't want her life out. She is a friend, and she stirs the pot, and she's happy with that. So she's not like she's not like in the bullseye, which I love it.
Well, you know what? I think it's always good to hear from someone who is a Kenya supporter. I also think that I kind of suspected that Porsha had more of an issue with Marlo when Marlo started then asking about the Bolo situation specifically.
Yeah.
That's when I thought it was. And then with regards to the growth, I don't know about the Instagram unfollow, follow type situation. I'm a muter, right? Because I feel like it's slightly more socially acceptable to mute someone because then no one knows.
It's more mature and it's the smart way to go. It's the smart way to go about it.
Yeah.
She's showing very immature-ish. But I love Porsha. Don't get me wrong. I'm team twirl, but I love I hope one day they can put their differences aside.
We have to normalize being able to like two characters who don't get along, without, hating one or the other. So I appreciate you saying that. And I appreciate you for calling in.
And that is my growth. Because I didn't used to like Porsha, but now I love her. So, but I'm still team twirl.
See, look at you growing and stuff.
Thank you.
All right, bye, boo.
Bye.
Yep. Bye. What's going on, World's Greatest?
Not much, but I have a comment about the whole Basketball Wives fiasco. Okay. After watching this somewhat cut together of a season, I don't even know what it is, but it feels like it's heavily edited, and it feels like it's OG versus everybody, because from how it's going on, they all are in two separate houses where one side is very upset because she keeps talking about the issue versus the other side that just don't understand what she's so upset about. This season feels premeditated and ready for a gang up to try to, as I say, whitewash it as in paint over what the actual issue is when they know exactly what the issue is. It's dealing with colorism, calling a black woman aggressive, especially in these times. You can't necessarily just label that word towards a black woman and expect her not to have some commentary about things that other people have done in the past. And we know why they're not going to have a reunion. We all could just say it, because this would be the most heavily topic of colorism on this franchise. They trying to make everybody forget about it. They're just trying to be like, okay, see how she is. She's aggressive. She's fighting with everybody. That's just what it feels like. And I honestly feel like this show is on its way out. It's near the graveyard. We about to bury it, dig it down 6 feet, and we ain't going to even touch it no more. because it's getting really, really old. And then some of the antics that they are using towards OG is really making it disgusting, because it feels like she's fighting everybody. First, she thought Jackie was on her side, but then when these two new little people come into the mix, all of a sudden it feels like Jackie's opinion is kind of shifted with everybody else's, and it really makes OG feels like she's just there by herself. It's just like when I'm trying to think of a real good example, but it just feels like she's the lone wolf versus a whole entering a whole new pack of animals, and she just has to fight to defend herself. Right. And it gets really tiring. And she also has to go to social media to be like, okay, well, now let me go and air this out, because I probably already know they ain't gonna tape it right. And just like what she did with that audio, which I hope they don't try to penalty her for that, because she was telling the truth. She had audio. She was like, girl, you already know what the issue is. You're just trying to paint over my feelings to try to fit your narrative. And like what someone said, Shaunie don't like OG. She doesn't. She even kind of admitted during the reunion last season that some people just don't get along in this group. And we all knew exactly who she was talking about. The most people who she kind of had a problem with. Because that was Evelyn and OG's battle. Because, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I feel Evelyn is racist and a colorist. And the racist part, I'm going to say, is because of how she treated Cece, who is of Asian descent, calling her Ling Ling, which is a very derogatory term towards Asian people, and with calling OG very aggressive. We know that she's very wrong for these comments, but what Shaunie keeps doing, she keeps painting like she's trying to make Evelyn not look as bad, but what she's actually doing is making the situation even worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think we have talked about it on the channel before, like by not addressing the issue, you are complicit in letting the issue fester and making it worse. And all it would take would be, honestly, for Shaunie to corral the girls and have a real honest discussion. And that discussion does not have to turn into screaming and yelling. It is really a dialogue between women of Black women, women who are of different ethnic backgrounds, who can all really relate to some of the same issues. So once they hash that out, there would be room for resolve, and then to really see who wants to be in this space together or not. Easy.
Yeah, that's just easy. That's all they have to do. It just all have a group meeting together and set some rules. Nobody can holler. Everybody just sit and listen. Everybody can say their piece, and then we squash it and we move on. And if the person keep bringing it up, that's on that person. But as long as we all together as a collective talked about the situation, we're good. There's nothing else to say anymore. We tried.
And then what it becomes is a teachable moment for not only the ladies, but also for people watching. And I feel like that's ultimately the kind of content that we really appreciate in this day and time. And I just don't understand why they keep running away from it.
And just like when Shaunie O'Neal was talking about, y'all getting too heavily invested. Well, sweetie, you do want your ratings right. You do want people to see your show right. So how are you going to have audacity to tell someone, oh, honey, we too invested? Well, honey, if I'm too invested, I can go take my time to go over and watch. I can go watch the news. I can sit over here. Better yet, I go over here and watch the Oval. I can go watch something else, honey. I ain't got to give you no ratings. Trust me. You ain't going to hurt my little feelings. You going to miss that little chat, though, but okay.
Not the Oval. Listen. First of all, Sherry, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. We had another super chat come in I didn't get to acknowledge. But the greatest entertainer, thank you for entertaining us. We appreciate you. Hopefully you'll call back in. We like your opinion.
I will. I say, you know what? I do like DJ Richie, so I'm like, you know what? Let me just call in and chat with him for a little bit, because I do love you all about the tea. Y'all my favorites now. Come on. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to check in.
We appreciate you, and we'll talk to you next time.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. All right. Who else we got up in the place? Maya True, what's going on?
Hey, DJ Richie.
How you doing?
I'm so happy to be on here. It's my first time.
And we happy to
you.
have you.
So I wanted to speak to you about OG first, and I also want to speak to you about Marlo and Kenya and Porsha. But with OG, a lot of people may not agree with this, but I think OG is very aggressive. Okay, I think OG. I'm dark skinned, you know, so what she's saying that colorism exists, it does exist, and a lot within our community, and it comes from the Black men that's choosing the light skin over the dark skin women, and the women has adapted their personality. So I think it does exist. But on this show, I feel like these girls are just mean girls, right? There are so many beautiful African girls that people can say, you know, she's beautiful. But I do think that it was just with OG, a lot of the women thought she was unattractive. I thought OG was not the cutest. Okay, I didn't think she was ugly, but I'm like, she's not the cutest. And I think that a lot of the girls were intimidated by her because she's a whole football player. Okay, so
that that was my initial thought as well. When she first came on the show, I thought maybe that was it. Initially, that was my initial thought.
Yeah, mine as well. I mean, they're intimidated by her because she's coming on a whole football player. She's in your face talking about, "I break your jaw," and people will know that she probably can and has the power to actually break their jaw. Okay, this is real life that we talking about here. And I think that Evelyn is mean. Shaunie has mean tendencies, but Tammy has been mean. They've all treated different girls. Tammy treated I can't think of her name, but that dark-skinned girl on the show horribly. Okay, when her and Tammy had got into it. Jennifer has got horrible treatment. Royce, I don't think it's necessary like, oh, we're all just colorists at this point. I think it's more so like OG is aggressive. Evelyn is aggressive, but OG, we're also going to call you out on it. And they thought that she was unattractive. I don't think just because you think someone's unattractive, automatically it's you're a colorist. Because you're dark skinned, you're unattractive. That's not really what it is. It's plenty beautiful African Nigerian, beautiful dark skinned girls. I'm pretty sure if OG maybe looked like them or something, you know, similar, then people wouldn't have said that about her. That's just my personal opinion. But you know, going on from that,
I have a question, and maybe you can help me answer this, and the people in the chat.
Okay.
I think, and this is more of a question for women in general. When women look at another woman who may be coming into their space or their social circles, and this is me asking a question because I want to understand. Do you look at level of attractiveness when evaluating another woman? And in the chat, let me know, because that's something I don't tend to think about. I think as a guy, because you know, I'm looking at some of, you know, I just don't tend to think about that. But does that happen commonly amongst groups of women? And this is more of a sociological question.
I think, Richie, what it is an ignorance that we're instilled with since childhood. When we were in high school, when we were in middle school, we looked at appearance, oh, she's ugly. It's just an ignorance thing. It's like your intellect level. When we see somebody in middle school, we're like, oh, she dressed like this, she's ugly. You know, high school, oh, she can't hang out with us because she's ugly. She's, you know, and it goes into our adult life. So yeah, when some people come into our social circle, we just unconsciously look at what they dress. Is they nails done? Is they toes done? What's your hair looking like? You know, like people, just women do that.
It's more about, and when you say that, so is it more about how the person is put together?
Yes.
Or
absolutely.
Is it more about their features?
I don't think it's about their features at all.
This is more of a thing of like, how did she put herself together?
Yes.
Okay, because one of the things I don't ever like is I don't like the word ugly in any sense of the word, because it sounds to me like one of those things like the word fat. It just seems offensive, right?
Yeah, right.
So I personally don't use those two words. And I would really like for us to remove those words from our as a culture
vocabulary.
because I feel like it makes people feel marginalized and minimized. And I just feel like beauty is really in the eye of the beholder. And I think that we have to start coaching ourselves to start saying all Black is beautiful.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And I feel like that's how we begin to start the healing process from everything that was handed down to us, whether it had been from slave masters to then us doing it to ourselves. And I feel like once we start embracing the full extent to our Blackness and the wide range of how we all look so different and so scrumptious, I feel like at that moment we can start to analyze each other differently. But I'm glad you talked about how people put themselves together as being a place where people get judged.
Yes.
Because that's not something I tend to think about.
And it's a cultural revolution right now, you know, Richie, like everything in every category, everybody's so sensitive. Like if this happened maybe 8 years ago, ugly was a word that people were just using free here, you know, but now you use this ugly word and it's a different meaning to it. You know, people take it and they run with it because you call them ugly. It's a very sensitive time that we're in right now. And you have to give people a chance to adapt and change with the culture. I mean, maybe it should have never been in the culture, but it was. And you have to give people a chance to get out of that and stop calling people those ignorant statements and they don't know how to, you know, use their words. So they call them ugly or they call them they look like this and they look like that, not knowing that that's a sensitive issue for some other people.
Yeah. Maya True, I appreciate you for calling in. We thank you for your opinion. Good dialogue we were able to have as a result. I want us to all, before we go, can we all, and this may be a selfish ask, can we all commit to not using that word ugly anymore, especially in reference to any of our people? Like, that just makes me feel good to know that we tossing that word to the side. You know what I'm saying? Can I get an amen in the chat if y'all with me on that one?
Amen.
All right, Maya True. Hopefully you'll call back in some more. You know, we like diverse opinions on this show, and I appreciate you.
All right, have a good day.
All right, you too, boo. Oh wait, I didn't muted you. Hey, boo.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Okay. I'm gonna touch on the last caller right quick about the ugly thing. Okay, when people don't like you and they talk about you being ugly, fat, you know, appearance stuff, it's because they have nothing on you to say. You know what I'm saying? They have no argument, really. So they go back to childhood things. That's something a child says because they don't know what to say about you to justify why they are picking on you. So they'll go that way instead of being like, I don't like your attitude. I don't like that you're smarter than me. You know, jealousy stuff plays a part.
So you feel like it's kind of lazy?
Oh, yeah, it's very lazy. But it's not late. For some people, it's not even laziness. If you just don't have the knowledge of a person, if you don't know that person well enough, and they don't know OG well enough because they have never given her that chance for her to open herself up. So they have no real ammo against her. Right.
Yeah.
And as far as OG, I understand her not wanting to open up to the women because they're so toxic. They're toxic, and no one wants to open themselves up and be vulnerable in that kind of situation. You know, there's therapy groups and stuff like that where people open themselves up because everyone is being vulnerable. That's not the situation here. You know, they never gave her a chance. And when she first came out, she looked toe up because that wig wasn't right. Some of her styles wasn't right. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
But the styles made her look trash. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, but I'm used to seeing first season people come in looking trash and then they grow.
Oh yeah,
But,
we used to that. Oh, you know.
Right. It's like when she first came on,
we give Drew a hard time on the show all the time. Y'all know I do.
Mm-hmm.
But she's still beautiful. And hold on, I gotta pull this up right now. Stay with me. Stay with me. Rock with me for a second. I gotta acknowledge this, and I said I was gonna do it earlier. Because I was like, I might acknowledge when she wrong, but y'all know I got to really acknowledge when she right, okay? Now, I done talked about Drew's wigs on this show.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't talk about them. You know, and that's just me talking about the wig, okay? But when I saw this right here, I said, Drew, they did it for you. They did it for you. They brought you back to life with this one right here. Looking good. Look, she could keep this wig for the rest of her time that she on reality TV, and I would not be mad. She looks amazing right here. I just had to mention that because you sparked something in my mind that I meant to talk about earlier. And, you know, again, we're going to talk about it when you're wrong, but we got to definitely mention when you're right. Okay? So that was that on that. Continue on, my boo.
But on the other hand, OG should have came in on the first season looking like the best of the best because she had her own money. She had her own career. So it was no reason for her to come in looking busted. You know? What else? Okay, the season is going through and they're not, now we're finding out that there's not going to be a reunion. Because I thought all this gaslighting that OG is doing, because OG does not want to have a conversation with these women really about the problem that they're having with the colorist, the featureism, the favoritism. She's over it. And I understand that because it's been a whole year, you know, and this conversation should have been had. You know, they could have been had the situation, the conversation, and when the season came through, go back to the coverage of them having the conversation to let the audience know that we've talked about it, and they could have all been in the same house. Like, you know, the separation is crazy because it's like, oh, I'm not going over there to talk to her, or I'm not going over there to talk to her either. You know, it's just you're keeping up with the divide and stuff, and it's not helping anyone. She got mad with the sisters for telling her truth. I understand that too, because if I'm not there to hear the conversation, I don't know what's being said. And no, I don't want my business being put out there without me being there on location. She's blunt. I'm a blunt and straight to the point person. So I understood her talking to the sisters and understood them not understanding her heart of where she was coming from.
Mm-hmm.
They took it as, oh, she's trying to treat me like a child and stuff like that. No, she's just being upfront. Some people don't talk with, you have to read between the lines. There's no lines to read between. She said straight up, I don't need you speaking up for me. I can handle my own battles and stuff like that. And I did not hear a specific tone in her voice when she spoke to him. It was neutral to me. Like she didn't have an attitude. Excuse me. So, you know, they're coming in with these feelings and they went to the other house and now they're coming back oh, there's a problem with OG now. But when they first left the house, there was no problem with OG.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was kind of the timing of that is. But you know what? I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on tonight's episode.
Yeah,
because I feel like we about to see some things in tonight's episode that's gonna make our eyebrows raise.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A little bit. So
I'm waiting for the episode too, because I'm not going to just go by the tag. You know what I'm saying? What the trailer shows us, because we know how they can chop things up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm waiting for the episode to get the truth. As far as how much truth we're going to get, because we know how they can edit things.
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
PC, beautifully animated. Thank you so much for calling in, boo. I got one more on the line. We appreciate you. Make sure, hopefully you tune in tomorrow when we cover this again, and hopefully we get to chat with you again.
All right. See you later.
Right. Bye, boo.
Bye.
What's going? Oh, wait, let me. Oh, you unmuted. Good. What's going on, girl?
Oh, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yay. Hi. Okay.
Hey.
We're watching you, but I more like a silent follower in the background, just creeping. But I wanna comment on the Basketball Wife in what is it? Real life of not real life, the Housewives show.
Okay.
I've been watching basketball since season 1. I think I was in high school by that time. Yeah, since season 1. I feel like, my opinion, Shaunie kind of messed up the LA basketball because she came in with this obtuse attitude, this I'm better than you guys. I can do slick stuff, but don't dare, call me out on my stuff because I'm your boss. And if you fall out of line, I can get you fired. Thank you for your services. Kind of like Brandy when she called her out. So I think you can't be the boss and the employee at the same time. Like if you want to be an employee, let's equal the level. If you do some shicey stuff, someone can call you out. But if you don't want to be present in a light that you feel like it's not like you're not represented. Like if you don't want to be like the problem or going back and forth with people, just be a EP and stay off the show. Just like Maria. Is that Maria from Medicine? Yeah, she part of the production, but she give you a show. She can go back and forth with you. It's not like she's too good for that.
Yeah,
so that's my opinion. Like if you want to be part of the employee, well, don't be like I can do whatever, but you guys can't call me out, or you might get fired and stuff. And I feel like the show edit OG to be aggressive, and I personally don't think she's aggressive. I'm from the Caribbean, and we kind of similar, especially my mom. She's direct. She's not with the bullies. And it's like I'm used to women being straightforward, direct and stuff. Like I'm more passive. Like I don't want to hurt people's feeling. That's just personal me, because I'm like, if it's not necessary for me to hurt your feeling until you piss me off, then I'm going off on you. But I'm used to women being direct, like she's not with the BS. It's like, let's normalize women, at least Black women that are direct. We're not aggressive because we're direct. We're not aggressive because we call you on your BS. And because she didn't kiss anybody's butt, and she said, you guys not going to bully me, and I'm not about to, fall in line, with the rest of y'all, stuff, then, or she's bad, she have an attitude. Everybody on that show have an attitude. Everybody have an attitude, including Shaunie. She have this stuck up nose attitude about her. So it's not about having a bad attitude, because everybody have a bad attitude. It's about how she was treated. Even if she have a bad attitude, you can't treat someone because you feel like she have a bad attitude, or to you she's ugly. I put the air quote because I think she's beautiful to me. she looked like the Evelyn of a warrior, like an actual African one. That's just how I feel. But just because you feel a personal way towards her, that doesn't mean she's not being treated, unfairly. So that's my opinion on Basketball Wife.
Okay.
For Housewife, believe it or not, I like both. I like Kenya and I like Porsha. For me, I feel like first time when Kenya and Porsha graced the show, I feel like Kenya didn't really like Porsha for whatever reason. If you remember when Porsha was really nice to Kenya and she invited her to this, charity that she was having. I guess she mistakenly called her like, was it the title?
Yeah,
Not
she
you.
got her title wrong.
Right, she got the title wrong, and then from there on, she just lost it. And I was like, I mean, okay, it's not the end of the world. You could have casually correct her and be like, no, ma'am, it's Miss USA, not Miss America. And we could have moved towards it. But she just, from there on, I feel like she felt some type of way towards Porsha. And I like Porsha a little bit more because I feel like, yes, she did the stupid underground comment, but she grew from it. She do like little slick stuff, but I feel like she truly mature. As we see her in the past episode, she's maturing. She's staying out the BS, and I feel like Kenya stay with the mess. I'll be looking at the show like, Kenya, stop it. I like you, but you're like making it so hard for me to like not defend. Just like you stay with them. I mean, I understand there's a show, but you don't have to be messy to be, for it to be a nice show. I guess it's just me. I like the fun time. You don't have to be a mess. I'm like, especially with the whole Bolo stuff. So what if Porsha screw Bolo? Like, why are you so concerned about her kitty? Do you want to be part of it? Why would you stay outside and listen 45 minutes? I hope you knock one out to distress. There's no way. I'm like, Kenya, you're doing too much. And I just want her to like find her peace. Like, you don't have to be friends with Porsha. Like, find your peace. And I feel like she's doing all that because she don't want all the heat to be on her relationship about, Marquisha. So she's trying to deflect from her drama and trying to, put everybody else's on blast. But I'm like, yo, she needs to stop.
Yeah, it's a lot. Okay, it's a whole lot. Oni Boo, thank you so much for calling in. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
We love your opinion. Hopefully, you'll call back in sometime soon.
Yes.
All right, we appreciate you, Boo.
All right.
All right, bye.
All right.
Whew, y'all done gave some opinions today, okay? And I want to tell you, I appreciate each one of you for commenting in the chatterization. You've been here all this time. You've been rocking with the conversation. We ain't always going to agree. I look at us like family, and y'all know family don't always agree, but we're going to always take care of each other, and we can speak to each other respectfully, which is why I love y'all so much. And even when you call, it don't mean you got to like the same person that everybody else likes. That's why we have these conversations, so we can improve on the dialogue that we have about these, reality TV shows, the characters, the plots, the situations. And then hopefully we get all of our feelings out right here. And then when we go back, we kind of watch it with the fresh sense of, whatever it's going to be is going to be. And I got a feeling, tomorrow we're going to be back at this with Basketball Wives because, we got to review it. So I'm sure it's going to be tight and it's going to be tense and we're going to get into some things. But you know what? We're going to have fun while we're doing it. Y'all know what I'm saying? So anyway, I appreciate y'all for calling in. Y'all know how much I love y'all. This community right here, y'all allow me to just, come into your lives on a day-to-day basis. And I do not take that for granted. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I want you to know that I love you. And for me, it's those two words I can't use no more. Like I can't use that word, the FAT word, and I can't use the I can't even spell right now. UGLY word. I ain't gonna use it, especially with reference to not one person in whether you in the Black community or any minority community or not. I just feel like if we can sort of start to curb our dialogue and really be more intentional with how we speak about things, then we can all evolve and elevate as people and vibrate higher. Now, with that being said, y'all, you know how much I love y'all. I got to go eat me some lunch. I got some interviews to do, but I will catch you guys in the next video.